Talk TKD.
We've missed your intro.
I know, I couldn't think of anything imaginative. I just went for a deep voice, kind of, maybe sexy. Did you find that sexy? Did you find that sexy? I'll do again. Talk TKD.
It's beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Okay. Wow.
Welcome, Talk TKD, episode 5, part 1. We have for part 2 we have our interview with Mr Stephen Tapilatu, former world champion, now coach of the Netherlands team, all-round Taekwondo legend. So that'll be in a part 2. This is the part 1 with a little recap. We're back from Italy.
Yeah. Not so tanned as I was hoping.
No.
Spending a week in a sports hall with kind of, not expecting to come out bronze and, looking like...
Always the way.
Yeah.
Always the way. But hey ho, we had a fantastic time always.
We did.
Thank you, Grandmaster Boss and Italy, for hosting a brilliant world event. What were your thoughts and feelings?
Well, it's England's greatest ever medal haul at the World Championships. We got golds from Izzy Bryder in the patterns and from Zach Espy in the fat boy sparring. But we got loads and loads of silvers, loads and loads of bronze. I think we ended up 5th in for the not the medal table. We came 9th in the medal table, but 5th in the amount of medals won.
Yeah, possibly even 4th.
So we won a lot of silvers and a lot of bronze. So it's good getting loads of people in the final. Very positive, and we got a lot of hope coming up into the Euros as well. A big platform to build upon. But the tournament in itself, it was electric. I mean, it was the biggest ever. Is it the biggest? I'm testing you now.
Yeah.
It was a very
somebody
big
told
tournament.
me that, but Stefan said that he'd been to bigger.
It's been bigger. He's seen better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very very big
It
tournament.
was large.
It was large, and
1,000 plus.
1,000 plus. And if you haven't been to a World Championships, it's unlike any kind of other tournament you've been to. Everyone's there for their teammates. It isn't like, obviously you do your individual competitions, but you have a good 60 people all behind you cheering. And if you have like 2 rival countries, the atmosphere gets pretty intense. And it's kind of like a carnival atmosphere. It's kind of a festival of Taekwondo, the World Championships. Everyone kind of, they put, national issues aside, and they just come together in such a friendly atmosphere, and everyone gets friends from all over the world, and
That's it.
Yeah,
Definitely. It's something fantastic that Taekwondo does. It gives you that unique opportunity to make friends all over the world. My first round opponent from Brazil came up to me afterwards, gave me a Brazil ITF Taekwondo t-shirt as a present, and said he's moving to Swansea in September to do a master's degree. So I was like, well, we'll hook up then, we'll spar, etc.
it's a small world.
Indeed. And Taekwondo being the platform that made it a bit smaller. But yeah, I'm excited about everyone to hear the interview with Stefan. He has a lot to say, and he says it very eloquently, particularly in his second language. I genuinely think that you all enjoy that as well. Earlier today we recorded an interview with Senior Master Ray Gale, 8th degree. That will be episode 6. I'm going to drop that in a few days. So obviously we've been away for a couple of weeks. Apologies. Also we've had the championships. So we're going to do 2 this week as a thank you, etc. We've had a question from Mr Robbie Wells of the GT UK squad. Keeping up with him on Facebook. He's looking good, doing lots of strength training and stuff like that, leading the way. Keep it up. He has asked about cutting weight for competitions and the best way to do it, the healthiest way to do it, and any advice or tips. Do you want to kick that one off?
Okay, well, obviously it's very new to me, cutting weight. I think I cut weight for the first time for the Jamaica World Cup, and that the weight just came off naturally, so it wasn't too bad. But this time it was a bit more serious. So I've been doing a bit of extra weight training and stuff like that, so I really kind of had to lean up. And I did it the wrong way. I think I did it the rookie. Yeah, I'm kind of new to this. I spent a lot of time dehydrating, going up to a tournament, dehydrating, having hot showers and stuff like that, and starving myself, which is not ideal. But I didn't mind doing it because the weigh-in was on the Tuesday and I was competing on a Friday, so it gave me plenty of time to rebuild the carbs, get my energy levels back up, hydrate myself. So yeah, it wasn't too bad.
I think that's the key issue. Is it depends on what the event is and when you weigh in, whether it's on the day weigh in, 1 day, 2 days. For big internationals, like we weighed in Monday even. Was it Monday? Yeah, I think it was Monday. No, Tuesday. We weighed in Tuesday, fought on Friday. So we've got loads of time to, if you can cut that weight, you can cut some weight via water. If you are going to do that, the way I found most effective is stuff like Epsom salts. You can put bin liners on and stuff like that, and sweatsuits. I do have one just in case, but
I leave that to you.
Yeah, but for that you have to do physical exercise where you're using your muscles. Whereas if you're just sitting in a hot bath, that's making you sweat and lose the water, but without you moving your muscles and creating DOMs, etc.
Yeah.
That all being said, the best way to do it is I fight at 78 kilos internationally, 78.5 with Dobot trousers and a t-shirt on, which is the minimum you need to weigh in for our ITF. Those are the rules. So I will try and get to the tournament, get there wherever I am. If it's day before weigh-in, I'll try and be 79 and just skip if I skip a meal, or don't eat before I go to bed, and then have a hot bath, make sure I'm empty in the body. That's important.
Yeah.
Get on the scales and then sip my water and have my food all lined up ready to go afterwards. If it is the day weigh-in, you need to be at your weight comfortably. You can have but even if it's on the day weigh-in, I'll make sure that I'm at the weight where I can wake up, I can eat a little bit, have a little bit of water, go there, weigh in, and then eat and drink some more. When you are eating and drinking more, you need to make sure that it's small bits. So particularly if you've been not eating for a little while, you've been nil by mouth for 12, 24 hours, etc. Because you can do it on the water because you've got the time to replenish it. If you've got 3 days, etc. Then the temptation is to get off the scales, down some water, put a massive load of pasta in your stomach, etc. If you do that, you will get cramps, you'll be sick, and a lot of it will be wasted and it will go straight through you. You need to do small bits at a time. How long ago were we in Holland? Was it
Holland? I think that was back in April. April. I want to say
Yeah.
April, so I'm going to say April.
Yeah. A couple of months ago, we were in Holland. I didn't manage my weight as effectively as I normally do, and I had to. We had day before weigh-in. I had to drive to Holland, nil by mouth. On the Friday, I sort of had a not much to eat Wednesday, Thursday, nil by mouth Friday. Oh, hello.
We got a feline invasion. If you the people that
if you're watching the YouTube video, you can see that one of our cats has popped up on Mike's lap. If you're just listening to the podcast, then it's completely irrelevant.
Socks.
You right, buddy?
Yeah, he's alright. He's purring away. He's happy.
Excellent.
He's happy.
Excellent.
He's enjoying a podcast. He wanted to get involved as well.
Yeah. If you've
Do you have
got
anything
anything
to say?
on weight cutting, then let us know, Socks.
Oh, he's a fat cat. He doesn't know how to cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I heard that cutting your sodium levels is a good way of doing it, because that decreases the amount of water that you can store in the body. So that's one way of doing it. In our squad, in the ITF England squad, we have a punishment. We have a sweatsuit, and it's a punishment. If you don't make your weight, then you're going to have to sweat it out. And if two of you don't make the weight, then both of you will have to sweat it out, and you'll have to share the sweatsuit. That's thankfully everyone made their weight fine.
Yeah,
so
that's good motivation.
Yeah.
But going back to the Holland, obviously nil by mouth, and then driving to Holland in the heat, in the traffic, was not too pleasant. But there we are. Got there, and still didn't quite make my weight, so I had to have an Epsom salt bath, sweat it out, dry myself off, get back on the scales, made my weight. Because we'd hit traffic and we'd missed the original weigh-in, it was now about 10:30 at night, and obviously the competition was the next day. I knew that I didn't have much. I was completely empty, very empty, too empty. It was my own fault for mismanaging my weight and being too heavy leading up to it, which is very rarely a problem. And I suffered for it. I think my performance suffered for it as well, which was frustrating. So don't do it if you can't. If you don't have that recovery period.
I'd say the best way to do it is just to keep your eye on it over weeks. If you've got a few weeks at every squad training in ITF England, we weigh in for every squad session. Once our weight, Mr Adams takes down, jots it down.
Yeah, that's important. It's very easy to think, it'll be alright, and kind of avoid standing on the scales, but you just can't. You can't. You've got to get on the scales. Every morning, every other morning, leading up to it, and so that you know what you're dealing with. You need to make sure the scales are accurate as well, and cross-reference them. So if you go to a gym, go on their scales, go on your scales, take an average, etc. If you do dehydrate, etc., make sure your little sips. I set my alarm till going off every hour until 3-4 a.m. In Holland, so I could wake up, sip a bit of water, eat a little bit of food, sleep for an hour.
Oh, did you? I didn't realise.
You didn't really. You slept through that. Yeah, well, yeah.
Sarcasm. Sorry if you don't get it. That was sarcasm.
And it's annoying for your roommate. Sorry, Mike. Try and manage it a bit better. But if you do it, don't cram all that food in. I think we've covered weight cutting. I hope that's useful for you, Robbie. And good luck with it. Yeah. And just
don't be silly as well. Sure. I sound like an old man now, but you're a growing lad, and don't try and be too ambitious with your weight loss. So you've got to think about your future.
I think he was talking, 1.5 kilos, something like that. That's good. People do crazy things and try and get down to, a stupid weight category, but your performance suffers for it. And my coaches will tell you that. I play at 78. I once weighed in at full contact fight at 75, and all the shots hurt more. Your energy's down. You need to be close to your natural weight. and talk to your coach and instructor. Either bulk up or slim down to whichever one is the closest normally. But also, it has things like obviously naturally you're wider than me and bigger than me, but even if that wasn't the case for particularly for part of the Puma squad, if we go to a competition, we're normally sort of medal hopes, and it doesn't make sense to have those guys us both in the same category. So it's you need to talk to your coach and see what's best for and the healthiest for yourself and for the team. Excellent. Okay, well, the interview with Stefan is a good 35-40 minutes long, so it's a good juicy interview that we recorded in Italy, in Gesaloa, halfway through the competition. He was kind enough to come over and do the interview, and he very kindly gave me some physio on my shoulder as well. So yeah, just a massive thank you to him, and I hope you enjoy it. And you can catch that on part 2, which we'll release part 1 and part 2 at the same time. Anything to add?
It's been emotional. Thank you to Solo for good times. Thanks for the friends I made, and hope you tune in and listen to wise words of a wise man.
I hope you win an Oscar one day, just to hear what your speech would be like.
Yeah. Well, that's just off. I'd have a planned one.
If you're getting the YouTube video, you know what?
You got a cat's bum in your face.
Yeah. There we go. It's all classy at Talk TKD.
Yeah. Keep it classy, San Diego.
Nice Anchorman reference. Nice. Hopefully some fans will appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I hope you're well. Keep kicking.